Purpose, the new strategy, your new strategy. In the past many months since the arrival of COVID-19, much has changed. We heard strategic prophets in early 2020 talk about the next 2 years will bring to us the same amount of change typically anticipated for the coming 2 decades. So much to assimilate and adapt to quickly. Adapt or pivot we have. The digital world has landed with more impact. Retail has morphed. Supply chains have flexed and stretched. Everyone has scrambled for safety in bubbles, and millions of people in Canada have transitioned to remote working. Many things are different. In general, though, organizations have not dramatically altered their vision and mission, but have changed working processes, systems, and the climate within which the teams have worked has morphed profoundly. In the noise and commotion around pivoting, the phrase "purpose is the new strategy" has rung loudly. Organizations are jettisoning their long-term strategic plans in favor of looking at the present, and purpose, our why, has taken on a new vital profile. This we must embrace. A few months ago, I encountered Juan Pablo Ibarra in a virtual leadership conference. Juan is the COO of the Mercon Group, a US-based, vertically integrated global green coffee supplier. He was sharing the events of Mercon's COVID storm. From their headquarters in the Netherlands, they guided over 500 employees in 8 different countries, serving clients in over 40 countries. He said the drive for caffeine worldwide was really strong as people labor the long hours. Mercon is strongly committed to the sustainability of the coffee industry and to generate long-term value and benefits for everyone in the supply chain, including the coffee farmers and their communities. Their organizational purpose is to build a better coffee world. As the initial shock made way for disillusionment and later grief, Pablo made it clear that the critical ingredient keeping his teams engaged was keeping their purpose top of mind all the time. They are making a difference in the world, and it has helped them prevail. How about your purpose, your mission, your why? A few years ago, author Daniel Pink wrote his book, Drive. He said that the number one motivator for people is the realization that the work they do is meaningful. In times of looming personal and safety risk like COVID, this has become even more important as people think about their efforts required to be in the workplace at all. If the work isn't meaningful and the rewards corresponding, Pink says it's not likely that people will be engaged or even there. My first COVID read was a book called Essentialism by Greg McKeown. It advocates for the disciplined pursuit of less. Personally, it helped me sort through the many unnecessary activities that I'm involved in and choose only those that are important to me in getting my purpose done as a business owner, a husband, a father, and a friend. It was the right read for me at the time. Getting back to Pink, the meaning that people derive from their purpose in their work stems from a host of factors. Certainly the why an organization exists is principal among them. Organizations must be focused on, or could be focused on, being client-centric, serving clients very, very well, could be leading in their industry. They might work to serve a greater cause, like Steve Jobs did. He just wanted to make a dent in the universe at Apple. Could be focused on altruism, or serving communities, or simply maintain quality employment for employees as their key purpose. An example would be Great West Breweries here in our community, or many, many, many family businesses. Some organizations are narrowly focused on the financial metrics and wealth generation, and that would need to be embraced by employees to foster real engagement. Logically, profit sharing then would be the why that motivates. Why think about purpose? The why we do things. Well, naturally, much of what we do emanates from our mission, vision, and values within our organization and personally. When we have alignment personally of our own purpose to the organization's, there's a higher probability of a synchronicity and really healthy engagement. Our own sense of purpose influences our personal, conscious, and subconscious thinking, and thereby our emotions, either positively or negatively, and ultimately our habits and behaviors. Since we are human and our purpose, or why, can drive our behaviors in profound ways, we need to understand this to be successful and engaged. During the COVID-19 crisis, it's particularly important that leaders talk about the purpose of the organization, but also ensure that it's clear for individual teams, individual people, specific jobs, and work assignments. Great benefit comes from taking the time to ensure there's clarity of purpose within the teams and for specific individuals, especially ourselves. As a useful exercise, organization and team purpose can be subdivided by key groups to ensure relevance is there for critical stakeholders like clients, team members, communities, business partners, or suppliers. Having a keen sense of who the stakeholders are and what they expect will go a long way in delivering to their expectation, or perhaps even beyond, which would be ideal. To wrap up, I have 4 suggestions for leaders about purpose. First, remember that purpose is the new strategy, so regular references to mission, vision, and values for the organization, defining the specific purpose for specific jobs and assignments is critical. Second, if you haven't already, seek and declare your own purpose so you can be aligned and motivated. You have to help your teams do the same as well as individuals. And remember that you can't necessarily be very helpful to anyone unless if you don't lack purpose and if you're not whole yourself. Third, use routine polling of the team's level of engagement to purpose, to be vigilant to the likely need to course correct and attempt to nurture greater alignment. Lastly, keep talking about purpose. This is what leaders must do. We must tell the story of why the organization exists and why the work is important, so people will remain productively engaged. The seeds planted now will help your organization and people thrive into the future. My name is Dave Smith. I'm a leadership coach. Thanks for watching my Brain Bite on Purpose.